What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. It's time for another Beer Flow show. Back in the house, myself, Todd, Eric, gonna sit back, enjoy some beers, talk about some beers, talk about what you guys want to talk about out there. Some of you guys might be watching some of the draft as well. Haven't really watched the football as much, but was curious since I'm in the Cincinnati area who the Bengals actually took and saw they took Joe Burrow as the number one pick. Not much of a surprise there, unless they would have done something like traded to Miami, which some people wanted them to do that. So I'm sure Cincinnati will be kind of high on hopes again if they do have a football season this year. Kind of caution them against that because how many quarterbacks have been killed in Cincinnati? I would just hold back a little bit. I give maybe let them get a little bit of a feel. I mean, don't even think about this season. Think about next season possibly. Hope for a Peyton Manning situation. You know, bad first year, but the second year starts to become like a big player for the league. But that being said, Eric, Todd, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
What's going on? Yeah. Doing all right. Ready for a beer.
You guys making it through the coronavirus all right?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
We just had a nursing home here about 5 miles from our house. Not one at Shannon Works. That a different one. Popped up with like 55 cases.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. The news was all over it yesterday.
That's a good amount of cases there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys definitely have some stuff going on in Indiana. And your governor, was he like a former basketball player? Dude is tall as hell.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's a good question.
Either he's a basketball player or he's one hell of a farm boy. I tell you that. Dude is big.
Or maybe both.
Maybe both. But what are you guys drinking tonight?
Go ahead, Todd. I'll have you go first.
So
I'm going to crack open one from Holmes. They're in Eric's neck of the woods. Holmes Brewery in Ann Arbor. Is it Ann Arbor?
Yeah, Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor or Ypsilanti, one of the two.
Fracture IPA.
Ann Arbor. Oh, that's kind of like I think in Tron, one of the old like 80s, like sci-fi type thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it totally does. Doesn't have the I've noticed they haven't put any of their ABVs on the can.
That's a cardinal sin, man.
I know.
Is there a date on the can?
3/14.
All right. So
I got one guys.
Yeah.
I actually got this one from Jeff No Jinx. We did a little trade about a week and a half ago.
Showing the love.
Yeah. Right. Send me some of the Michigan stuff.
That's awesome.
You're going to be okay with Michigan beers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
They might know a little something, right, Eric? What do you got?
Well, I'm down to my last two macros, so I'm going to kill the
ice water.
Hey, it's brewed in the mountains, and if it's blue, you know it's cold.
Yeah.
Is that the slogan that they use? If the mountains are blue, it's cold as the Rockies.
Cold as the Rockies. Yeah, when it's blue, you're supposed
something
to drink
like that.
Yeah, nobody wants a warm Coors Light.
Nobody does.
Sure. Nobody does. Nobody wants to have that happen.
But you know, I'm a lager drinker, so like it's any big shock to anybody.
You're such a lager.
I'm such a lager.
And I'm actually going to drink a couple of these other Belgian ales I got. So I'm going to drink the blonde, which is the first one. The Schoof. The little gnome.
Nice.
Right there. Don't know where the hell he's biking to, but he's biking somewhere.
On a unicycle?
And then hashtag, of course, the proper glassware. So I'm going to.
Are we going to have a hashtag Dirty Glass Mafia?
Oh, Dirty Glass. Oh, almost that Broken Glass Mafia. Dirty Glass Mafia. They don't live here. They go home now. You go home now. You go home now. You don't
been here 4 hours.
You know, welcome here. Go on. You make a 4 hour.
Like you lost, son. This is your house. But before I crack that open, gotta get the shout outs to the people out here. People coming in early. You got Vanessa in the house, 8:36, so saying hi. Here he was in at 8:45, saying hey all. This she said,
you're a little early.
She says 30 minutes is going to feel like 20 hours. So well, but she's prepped. She's right there in that front row. Number one fan.
Ready to go.
Number one fan. Ooh, this says tick, tick, tick. And so they share hellos with each other, of course. And then Alan's in the house. Says cheers, y'all. So appreciate it. He got it a little early, 8:58 as well. So you must have told him, hey, I'm going on. And she says, hey, Alan. So maybe not. Maybe she didn't tell him.
So how'd you find out so fast?
Todd has swung by earlier to say hello. I'm doing okay. How are you? Here's hello, Todd. At least one baby llama in a few weeks. So Vanessa's been going to the llama farm.
Nice.
So good, thanks. Back to Todd. And oh my God, that's so exciting because Erie does want a llama, which Erie's going to have a farm at some point.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, Vanessa says hello. And Vanessa, I'm going to try to film it. They stand up fairly quickly. And in 3 months, they run around with the other newborns. I watched them play King of the Hill before. Funniest thing ever to view. So that'd be something cool to shoot a little video. A little video upload of that. I'm going to eventually get my farm, and now Alan is on board. See, it's headed that way.
Oh,
cool. Farm has been a long-term goal of mine. And Gilbert's in the house, says, cheers, fools. There said, what's up, fellas? And cheers, fellas, from Alan. Blake's in the house, and here we go. Oh, here's a Blake, what up? Paul in the house, Middle Fruit's the evening, gents. You too, Blake. Cheers, here, EB, Vanessa, and Middle Fruit. Thanks, Pete. Cheers, bro. And having some Maker's Mark and my beer of the winter, DuPont Monk Stout. Crushed a few of these Belgian beauties. Nice. So Gilbert's going Belgian as well right now. Cheers. And cheers to Rajay, Paddle, and Chad. Cheers to you. Vanessa says, hello all. Ron shows up. What's going on? Says, I like blondes.
No, wait, is it blonde ales or is it blonde lady?
He said it did feel like 20 hours. I'm here, but I'm zeroed in on the draft. So he's actually doing a draft. I don't know, Al, I don't know if you're going to plan to do a video on that, but Collective Beer may have a video if you guys are into the draft that you may give a breakdown on it. I didn't tell him, Erie said, so Erie still not telling Alan.
As usual.
Hey, what's happening, Bart? Good evening, guys. Hope all's well. You too, my friend. Bart up there in New Jay. And cheers, Ronald and Bart. And then Gilbert says, over 70% of Rona cases in Ontario are in long-term healthcare. You know how people in long-term, we all know people in long-term scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is hitting a lot of that nursing home type area. I'm going to get my bottle opener. I keep going to the wrong camera because I moved the camera. But there you go. Oh, upside down. There you go. See? Got that Oktoberfest.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Ooh, nice aroma of the beer coming out.
I know Gilbert likes his whiskey. I will give him that.
He's a big whiskey guy. So
a whiskey aficionado, drinking Maker's Mark.
He could definitely do a whiskey channel for sure. I have no doubt about that. Pretty good amount of head on that one. Let that baby sit for a second. Oh, Ron says he likes draft beer. And ours in town, and near have rampant infection. State finally released numbers. Yeah, that's where they're finding a lot of it happen. Bart's up in New Jersey, and I know New Jersey has spots where they're getting hit up there, some of their nursing homes. And I think we just had one here in Ohio. It's either Northern Kentucky, actually. One of the nursing homes just had a bunch of cases just hit. So, yeah, it's definitely weighing in. But it's kind of weird now because they're thinking it may have actually been around longer than they thought. And the more people may have been affected, which really that if more people were infected, but only had the same amount of deaths, then the mortality rate would definitely be lower on it. You know what I mean? So, because now you've got more numbers that might be in it. It's not as strong as what they thought initially, I would say.
Because I remember back. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, I was going to say, and the thing with that is, too, is all these people and places are getting money if they claim that it's a corona death. So who knows if that number is even accurate or not? Like, somebody may die of cancer. Maybe they had corona too, but instead of blaming it on cancer, they're just blaming it on corona. Like that person might have been dying anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like those numbers. I don't really know if you can believe them or not, or how accurate they truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I had it like back, what was it? Very early February, man. I didn't have like the chest or anything like that, but I was like fatigued as hell. I was real tired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big thing for me. I was very fatigued and a little bit of congestion, not real bad, but enough to where I popped in a decongestants and I was kind of ramped right back up. And then right as it came, it went pretty quick and I was right back to being fatigued again, pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
again, I don't know. But was that the flu or was that this thing that's been going around?
I was going to say, if you had it, you were with us like within a couple of weeks of that, you would have had to have something too, but possibly. But which we did a thing where me and Janice had it, but we thought it was like maybe a food poisoning type thing or something. So who knows? Maybe we did trickle with it too, but you just don't know.
It's affected so many people so many different ways. Like there's no rhyme or reason for any of it, as far as how people are getting affected.
See, I rarely ever even get the flu, even before I would do a shot. I would never really get it. I didn't get it because she wants me to get them just in case I'm a carrier, but she's like, you never really get it. So it's kind of like, if you did get it, maybe you got antibodies already that fought it off. Who knows? But some people are finding out that, they weren't worried about getting it, but guess what? They're getting it now, and they're like, oh, shit. I guess I shouldn't have went to that party.
I guess on the flip side of that, too, is you probably had a lot of early deaths before we knew it actually hit. And there was no test for it. So how would you know if it was corona or not? So you do have that side of it as well.
Right.
Maybe it balances it out. I don't know, but it's crazy. That's for sure.
Vanessa said the Soldiers' Home in Holyoke, Mass. is a complete disaster. Bart says, cheers, Blake. Erie says, shit, with all this rain here, maybe this virus will float away like half of Charleston is right now. Yeah. You guys are getting some good rain down there.
Got a couple sprinkles today.
I don't know if they're saying NYC's fatality rate is probably closer to 0.5. They're thinking the projections are way off. Yeah, there was a thing on the press thing today where I think Cuomo was kind of trying to dismiss some of that and everything. But again, if you've had other people that have had it previously and the deaths are still the same, then again, the other part of the coin would be if the deaths weren't counted because they didn't know what it was at the time either. So maybe some of those other deaths you thought were something else were because of that. Yeah. But like Todd says, to the point, like if somebody has a heart condition and they die because they got coronavirus, is it the coronavirus or is it the heart condition? Right. But if the coronavirus is a trigger of it, then they're saying that's a coronavirus. So it's a whole catch-22 type thing is in a regard, so to speak. Numbers not accurate enough to try and keep numbers are not accurate enough to try and keep a track on it.
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, how many is it now that are the cases? It's like almost 3 million.
Oh, I haven't looked at the chart they got on. Let me flip over because they keep the chart up like 24 hours.
Yeah, and the John Hopkins website they got it.
John Hopkins is actually on top of a lot of stuff coming in. The news stations usually have it on there too, but I don't see it up here right now. Let me see.
I'm just gonna say 3 million. I'll just round it like to 3 million. There's 3 million cases. Okay, how many people are live in the United States? Say 370 million.
It's like 340 now, I think. Yeah,
340.
Yeah.
All right. So still, it's less than 1% of the population has this.
When you look at it as a number, as a representation, it's always been a lower number, right? You're like, well, heck, that's like a low number regardless. It's when you look at it by itself, it kind of sticks out like being a big number, but it's like, but versus all the people, it's not really that much. The problem is the way it jumps around. You don't know who can get it. You don't want to put people out to it that might be susceptible to it. Right. So
I'm not trying to downplay it or anything like that. I'm just saying that, look, there's only been 3 million confirmed cases of it. Is that only 30 million severe cases enough to where they go, oh God, bad enough where I got to go see if I got it?
Yeah.
Or is it the more of us, I kind of feel kind of shitty, I'm going to go in and get tested, or something more like that?
Oh, the fear is that having too many people thinking they have it and they show up at the hospital, and other people that really need shit can't get into it because the hospital's
right when it first started, people going trying to get tested.
It's like we have a testing center like half a mile from the house now, and it's kind of like, I don't know. The only thing you worry about people going there and think they may have it, like, and they get tested, and then it's like, oh, let's go stop at Kroger, or let's go over here to McDonald's. Let's go. Like, no, turn your ass away and go back home. Don't even stop on your way out here. You know, come out to my neighborhood and start spreading shit. Turn around and leave. Let me see here. Ron said late November here. I think as far as they're talking about a second wave coming in the second part of the year, which could be interesting. And I think that's why, like, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull off the NFL. They might try to start it, may have to stop it. I mean, it's going to be interesting how they look at that going down the line.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how they're going to restart the economy. Are they just going to? I honestly don't know how they're even going to do it.
Yeah. Viewer said I would do a podcast with a YouTube feed over just a channel, mostly interviewing or over reviewing and tasting. You could definitely do that as well.
Yeah, you can do that, Eric.
Yeah. You could actually do it on YouTube and then download it into a podcast as well. More people die from heroin, Ron says. It's probably is true, yeah. 7 billion in the world. How many are affected thus far? Not a lot. It's just over. I think it's like 3 million or something. Are we at 7 billion in the world now, though? Did we get to that high already?
I think we were at our highest was 9, and then it kind of went back. Kind of.
I mean, there's so many billion.
People just aren't having kids. That's why.
It's like 1.3 or something over in China or whatever.
Yeah,
something like that.
Almost 7 weeks at home for Vanessa. She said the quarantine to slow down spread over time. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, you quarantine, so you're playing out for the long game rather than everybody getting all together and possibly doing. Now, Sweden will be interesting to watch because Sweden is doing a herd immunity. And so they're not locking down. They're having people out there, and they're thinking they're trying to get about 50 or 60 people affected where your antibodies will get, build up and start to attack you. So it's going to be interesting to see which way they end up going. But some people are watching them because they're figuring they're at the spot now where they should start to get some results. Vanessa said, went out and bought 60 gallons of gas for $80, $1.35 per gallon. Yeah.
Damn.
I filled up our car last Saturday. Jeep Grand Cherokee, 69 cents a gallon.
What?
So it's thanks to Kroger. I mean, it was $1.69. Had the Kroger Plus card, dropped off another $1.69. I was like, I should just go drive around because it's so cheap right now. And then I was like, if I didn't have more jugs or something with me, you could have stored it up.
Oh yeah, we're still like $1.59 here.
Yeah, well, you're right with us. Then it's just that Kroger card knocked it down some more.
Yeah,
but I've seen it some places like $1.29, $1.15.
Yeah. Even without the card.
The Louisville area, though, without the card. Louisville area, though, we always get screwed on gas. As soon as you go like 30 miles north or south of Louisville, it drops like 40, 50 cents a gallon. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've got the John Hopkins website up here, Rod.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You can pull it up if you want. Yeah, you pull it up there. We can take a look at it. Blake said, hate to say it, but currently, as of right now, we will have no football. It's a possibility. Out of the other issues, the long-term effects, supposedly it might be causing organ damage and those are recovered. Yeah, that's the other thing I've heard too. If it might be scarring the body in ways that they're going to be dealing with this later on in life as well.
I know. I saw in the paper the other day, Indiana University is already making plans on how to refund season ticket holder money if they need to.
I've seen where some places are actually. Some schools are getting sued now for refunds. Harvard just had a lawsuit launched against them from a group saying, I think it was Harvard, that they didn't give enough of the fees back. It was one of the Ivy League schools. I think Michigan State is getting a lawsuit against them right now.
Yeah, they are.
On stuff. Yeah, so it's like stuff happening where it's like trying to get the refund back. I mean, how do you do that? Is it on the school because of the whole situation or what? I mean,
I think it was Harvard or somebody said they wasn't giving any of that money back.
Yeah.
So let's go to Todd's. He's in.
I knew it was Ivy League. I'm like, oh, them fuckers can afford to give money back.
Yeah. Right.
I
give it back like
county?
Ruth Chris is giving money back now, like Shake Shack did.
Holy cow! He can do this by freaking county.
So
it gets deep with a John Hopkins site.
Here's right, man. I am. I can zoom in farther here. I am right, kind of like right in like right here is where I'm at. About right.
So you're right
right
on the
there.
line of like some activity happening.
Yeah.
So I think
Is
the
here-
darker the red, the more the cases, right?
Yeah. Because there's Eaton County and here's Ingham County right over here, and I'm right here. I'm like right there, right on the line. So
yeah.
But I'll stop sharing my screen now.
I was curious to see
what was the total number there?
Hold on, let me bring it back up.
Yeah.
I was curious to see what Indiana's looked like, especially where the counties I'm at.
So I'm going to swing this back up to Indiana. Hello, Eric. Hi. And what county are you in?
I'm in Clark. But Floyd is just a couple miles, from me. I actually work in Floyd County. That's where the nursing home was that had a bazillion cases within the last couple of days.
Is that it, Todd, right there? No, that's Floyd.
That's Floyd. I was saying, it looks like Floyd. Clark should be Clark there, I think.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, okay.
188 confirmed cases and 11 deaths.
What did it say for Floyd?
149 and 9.
Okay.
Holy shit, man! You can get really, like you said, right? You can get really detailed on this.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
That's like the best site for everything. But that bottom right on your screen, it's got that sharp angle. Where is that's climbing like that on that chart?
Oh, right down here.
Yeah.
That's that's confirmed. That's the confirmed cases, and it's kind of starting to rise. But this
starting to go up. Yeah, I mean, is it going to go up and flatten, or is it kind of starting to go up to like everybody's all picking it up? I wonder.
If I was doing the world map, hello, come on. It's starting to kind of
yeah,
still going up, but it's starting to tip to. Starting to kind of crest over, but we'll see.
Yeah. So you got 4.6 million total in the U.S. with cases now, with 100. Mm-hmm. Well, 190 worldwide, right?
Yeah.
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. 2.7 confirmed. What's the 4.6 with the 4.6 million?
Total tests conducted in the United States.
Okay, test. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, 100. Yeah, so. Then here's the deaths by country over here.
Yeah.
Wow, the UK is fourth with 18,000.
So you're
they've been on lockdown. They've been on lockdown over there.
You're over half of tested has been confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than half.
But looking at the states, look like something like Wyoming or is where you want to be. It's like got a little bit. It's still all gray or wherever up in that area where you don't have some of those red spots.
Yeah, see, we're Detroit all along here, Philadelphia, New York.
See, there's Cincinnati there, and they got a lot of shit happening.
Must be the dot represents.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a pretty interactive chart that you can check that stuff out on. So
yeah.
And that's where you'll see a lot of the data getting pulled on the other reports, we'll say, from the Johns Hopkins site.
Yeah, if you guys want to see that, I'm sure you guys seen it in probably the header, but it's coronavirus.jhu for Johns Hopkins University.edu/map.html, and it'll show what I had right up here on the screen.
Ron said he's out every day, no fear, but Ron's got that ham strength, right? Because he's knocking those hams back, and that gives him what he needs. And Alice said to Blake, no negativity about the football league. Keep running that in, Ron. LOL. Oh, keep rubbing that in. I was like, keep running that in.
Whoa, wait, what are you talking
about? $1.85 per gallon next to the house. That's what Vanessa said. For the gas. Blake is bad at your team sucks. Did you really have football?
Oh,
about the heat on that one.
Shots fired. Yeah.
he roots for those Colorado Buffaloes, causing blood clots and younger people causing strokes. Yeah. Alan Erie, love you all too. LOL. Asses. LOL. Just kidding. Yeah, we had there was one case where the youngest I saw, I think it was at one point it was the youngest I saw was a 5-year-old. I think she was in Illinois that died, but I think there was also now a 4-year-old that had died as well. They're saying from it, and if I'm not mistaken, I thought it might have been like a 5-month or 6-month-old baby as well, whose parents were like doctor or nurse or something like that, and of course they're besides themselves. They don't know if they brought it home or if it might have been, how the baby contracted it, which that would be a sucky ass feeling. Just to, you're trying to help everybody else, and then something like that happens to your kid. Oh, this is hey Blake, and back at you. Vanessa, Tweety's in the house. Cheers, Tweety. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up?
Hopefully all is going well.
Haven't seen you in a while.
And Erie says hello to Tweety. 1,900 plus deaths so far, Vanessa said. Tweety says hello to everyone there. Can you see I was about to say Smirconish. That's the guy on TV. Can you see Snohomish County? That's where I'm at. It was bad. What state is that in, though, Tweety?
That might be in Washington. So, Tweety, you can go to that website that I was on there, the coronavirus.jhu.edu, and it's /map. And you can actually go right down to the county, and it'll show you how many deaths there are and all the trends and all that right there on the chart. It looks a lot like about and I don't mean to get all technical and be a little nerdy here, but it looks like it's done by Microsoft Power BI. That we use that at work for analytics and stuff like that. It looks a lot like what we do.
Yeah,
that software package.
It's a great package they got there.
Yeah.
Gilbert said, "Good for the Lions that the NFL cancels the season. They will avoid 16 losses.
Super Bowl champs, baby! Woo!
Oh, so one of the things out of the thing before I go to the next comment, Smithfield had to shut down their food plant, right? Like they do pork and stuff. They handle about 5% of the pork in the country. So now Tyson had to shut down one of their plants out in Iowa because of infections as well. Obviously, they're doing chicken and stuff. So people starting to get a little nervous, like if they got to start checking these food plants out. And if these food plants come down, people are afraid it's going to cause like a meat run. Which I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to say, if you didn't have, I'm a meat eater. I love meat, but I could probably go a few days without eating meat too. So I wouldn't know what the fuck to make outside of beans and rice, but I had to learn some new recipes.
I could go right out here and pop a couple animals and skin them out and gut them, and
that's true too. Yeah, I mean, especially you got somewhere you can go fishing or something like that, or things like that. But it'd be kind of interesting to see if people start freaking out. So if you are watching and you are big into the meat thing and you are concerned, that could be the next thing. I mean, toilet paper showing back up again, but meat may start disappearing. So
you always call it Vanessa. She could dry ice us some meat to her houses.
Well, Vanessa had no doubt she had enough meat there. Yeah.
Vacuum seal us some venison.
Dry ice on your way.
Yeah, but she'll be the new Omaha Steaks. 1639 deaths plus 95 since yesterday. Blake says hello to Tweety. And Vanessa, don't know your background, but would you happen to know why younger people are getting clots? I would think it'd be more inherent with advancing age. Good question.
That is a good question.
And I think from stuff I'm seeing, like people's bodies are definitely getting it differently. I don't know. I mean, like I said, just the one kid that I saw that died that was 5 years old. I think it led to her developing like meningitis or something. It was something weird, like she shouldn't have gotten. But her dad was like a fireman, her mom was a police officer. Again, they were frontline people. They don't know if they brought that home and their kid picked it up. LMAO Eric, they start off the draft on the right foot. Got to let folks like Eric leave Eric a little bit of hope. So yeah.
Hey, when you get rid of Quandary Diggs, you ship him to Seattle, and then you ship Darius Slay to Philadelphia. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Rajay, gotta know, bro. LeBron or MJ? I'm like Allen, dog. Is MJ all day, every day? LeBron
yeah.
is solid, but you put LeBron in the 80s, in the 90s.
I don't think you can hack it.
As much as he calls fouls now, he's not going to call those kind of
Right,
fouls
yeah.
back
Well,
then.
if you put LeBron,
actually,
LeBron in back there, who knows what he would be during that era? Too. I mean, you're really talking two different eras.
You're talking different eras. I mean, he still hit the shots, but it wouldn't be any whining for fouls and stuff too. I think that's the thing that's going to hurt his legacy the most. Because when people look back on LeBron, it's like the times he looking for the calls and stuff like that. Like you never saw Jordan really do that. You never saw Bird really do it. You never saw like Irvin do it, Isaiah, Magic, and they were like, okay, give me the rock. Let's see what happens this time. That's how they were like.
I want to hear what Jordan and Pippen and Kerr all have to say when Lambeer and Sally and all those guys just strangled.
But what about Mahorn?
Mahorn, yeah.
Well, it's funny. Alan posted a thing on his Facebook showing that, and I put a video in there from YouTube showing when they used to play back then. And there was a thing where Rick Mahorn actually was a 76er before, and he was playing against Isaiah, and Isaiah like threw punches at Rick Mahorn, which is Rick Mahorn just like it was like a fly or something that threw punches at. Like, what are you doing? Like,
he's like, really? Is that serious?
He's like, I can break you in two, but Thomas didn't back down. That's how he was,
It's definitely a different game. It's definitely more physical. It'd be interesting to see LeBron play in that time frame, just because there wasn't a lot of guys his size that kind of plays, I would say, his position. You know what I mean? Like he's a forward guard, whatever kind of point, whatever. Wasn't a lot of guys that big back then that could do.
I mean,
Magic. I mean, he had Magic.
Magic. Had Bird too.
Bird, somewhat, yeah. But that's not later years,
obviously.
Yeah, most of your guys were a little bit smaller than that.
Yeah.
But it was just funny just because, I think LeBron would still get his points, but
I don't know.
He probably would get a few times.
He play the bad boys. They'd Lambeer would clothesline him. He wouldn't take.
I mean, what's he gonna do when Rodman gets a cheap shot? With Rodman, he was doing. Right. Danny Ainge was doing stuff back then.
Yeah, Danny Ainge too. Yeah. I forgot about him, but you're right.
It's only different league, and you had to watch out. I mean, it would have been interesting to see, but
Horace Grant, all those guys.
Yeah, all those guys. Bill Cartwright and
Bill Cartwright. Yeah,
they were showing one of the things. Xavier McDaniel was fighting one of the guys. Of course, you had from the Knicks, the power forward there.
Oakley.
Yeah, he's Oak Tree basically, and Tree Rollins down in Atlanta. Like these guys were fighters. Dominique Wilkins. I mean, they would fight you and stuff. So even Doc Rivers back then. They
never get a flagrant or a technical foul. They just let him do.
No.
All right.
Yeah, they get the ref, and the ref's like, "What do you want me to do? You got your ass kicked down court."
No blood, no foul.
Yeah, no blood, no foul. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah. Vanessa said in the 40s, folks seem to develop clots from it. They are trying to discover why some people on blood thinners are getting clots too, which is really unusual. Wow, I went to the site and my area was really bad, but now we're in relatively good shape. The East Coast looks scary. Yeah, the East Coast is going through kind of. I think Cuomo said they're thinking they're on the backside of their apex, but I think Jersey's still ramping up some. I think where Vanessa's at, they're still going through some stuff there. I think they're expecting Maryland to maybe hit it like next week or something. But again, if people come back too early, there's also concerns that people can pick it up more than once. But I don't know. There's just things with it. It's kind of like if you get it, you end up getting it, I guess you can say. And, you fight through it or wherever you can. But because the people are surviving through it, of course. But at the same point, with these people trying to get back out there early, it's kind of like, why would you, if you get burnt on a house on fire and you're trying to stay away from it, that's one thing. But why would you walk into the house on fire trying to, so it's kind of like, that's my thought process on it. Cheers, sweet. Although I will say, we started having our groceries shipped to the house from Kroger and delivered, which isn't bad for a $10 fee. They kind of get most of the stuff right. But if you mark for them to go ahead and replace stuff, sometimes they just give you some shit. They're like, why would you give me this? Like, I don't want this. Like, but you can mark on it to replace in case they don't have what you want because it might be sold out. So there's some stuff they brought in. It's like, seriously? I don't want this one. This is like the knockoff, Like if somebody wants Heinz ketchup and they get Hunt's ketchup, some people, that bothers them. That bothers me a lot.
For
You
me,
want French
ketchup,
mustard,
ketchup.
and you get the Kroger mustard. So
Mustard's mustard to me, man. For me,
I'm with
some
you
people,
on that.
I got one of my buddies. He was upset that he did a thing on Facebook about Hunts and Heinz one time. That's what made me think of it. So some people are particular.
Shannon's dad used to tell me about the ketchup that you can get in a glass bottle. I'm not even sure if they even make that anymore, but
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of the ketchup in the glass bottle, so back in what was it, like the 90s when they came out, or early 2000s? Might have been 90s when they came out with the squeeze bottles, right?
yeah.
And you would still go to restaurants and they have it in a glass bottle. You know how to open a new can of Heinz, you wait for it to come out. At a point, you may stick a knife or a fork in there trying to get it to go. It's like, why didn't y'all just all switch to the squeeze bottles? It would have been so much easier back then. Squeeze bottles were available, but they were not switching. They kept the glass bottle out there. I guess they thought it looked better, but it's a pain in the ass. And although they got the squeeze relish now, I'm not a big fan of that. The squeeze relish kind of sucks as a squeeze tool to try to get that out of it. Everything doesn't need to go in the squeeze bottle. That's all I'm saying. You know? The Windsor looks just like locks just wait a minute. The Windsor locks just north of Hartford, Connecticut, between Boston and New York City. We're not looking good. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely spreading through there. Luckily, our hometown has none. Where I work has 4, but where we shop has 43, so still kind of low. Where I'm at in my county, the last count I heard, I think we had, I know at one point we had 8 people in the county, but I think it might have went up to like 20 or 30 or something. But we have had like 7 or 8 deaths, I believe.
Yeah, I got 4.
But they were like all across town from the part of the county I'm in.
I got 4 confirmed cases of mine.
Yeah. And sadly, I just had one of my old high school friends. She lost 2 of her family members back up in New Jersey too. It was sucks. And then somebody else that was a friend. So she's been kind of dealing with that. You know, you feel like it gets to a point you're going to know somebody at some point that's going to have this hit them. Henry Ruggs, the first wide receiver off the board to the Raiders. Everyone expected Judy or I thought it might have been Judy that would have went to the Raiders. But the Raiders, they do some surprising shit. Remember when they picked like Crabtree? The crowd was like, why would you get Crabtree? You know, they got him and he ended up becoming better later on, but he was too raw as a rookie. I don't know, but Gruden knows how to make teams. Vietnam War took 58,220 of ours. This virus, as of right now, 49,845. Hash brown election year. Yeah. 33 infections in town now, Vanessa has. Blake's giving you a Go Lions. LOL.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought he was a Cowboy.
Yeah, but he's Misery. Misery loves company.
Who's Jerry Jones going to take? Who's Jerry Jones?
Yeah. Oh no, who's out on parole right now? Yep. I love meat too element. Yeah, I mean, I'm a meat eater. I am a meat eater, and it'll be kind of interesting. But I've had dishes that weren't meat dishes, and they're good. I've had good salads and stuff. I've had other type of like vegetarian lasagna or something like that and everything. But don't ever give me the line like vegans will tell you it tastes just like the meat version. Like no. It doesn't. I've never had a vegan dish that tasted like the meat version. Never, ever. Meat run is happening already, guys. $15 for 2 pounds of hamburger. Are you kidding me? See, I just got 3 pounds delivered today. It was, I think, 11 or 12 from Kroger. They'll start jacking them up, though. I'm not doubting it. If I get deer this year, I can ship some to you.
I love some. Hey, I love some summer sausage.
James in the house. We're drinking again. It is Thursday, my friend. Cheers, James. And he's up in Chicago, so hopefully you're staying safe up there too. That's another hot area.
Yeah, for the Rona.
Get a local farm and get freezer packs. And hoping my older brother actually shoots turkey this season. There you go. Hey, Sparkle's in the house. It's been a while. Cheers. How are you doing? Great to have you in, my friend.
Who's the lady within your little photo there? The redhead. Is a redhead there?
On her avatar?
Maybe it's a wax doll.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. And I don't know if that a person or it's a cutout, but that's her in the picture. She's short one, I think. I think that's her. I'm trying to squint down and look at it.
Yeah, I can't tell.
You ship those guys off. We got Desmond, Trufant, another solid starter, and then draft Akuda. James, yes, cheers. Blake's excited. Cheers to Michelle Sparkles as well. Cheers to the chat.
Cheers.
And hey, Michelle, you be safe up there too, because you actually also on the front line working at the grocery store. So make sure you stay safe there too, my friend. We don't want you getting sick or anything. And that says hello to Sparkles. Only 2 people can beat MJ 101, Wilt and Kareem, period.
I would say Bill Russell will too.
To beat MJ 101?
And I'm talking about in there. I don't know about Kareem. Kareem's a tall
I don't know if
dude.
Kareem and Wilt. I mean, you're looking at different positions. You're looking at different factors. You know, tall guys have trouble defending against players that are smaller than them. So I wouldn't even consider that to really be a matchup. Yeah. But I've always been cool to see a Kobe and MJ 101 now. That would have been kind of cool to see.
The only reason why he was good is because he stole all my moves.
I was watching the video earlier. I got to finish watching it. I'm going to put it on my Facebook page, but it was a Vince Carter video that was just done as a king of the slam or whatever. Dude has some crazy dunks. Not just the dunks he did in the NBA, but when you guys see the video I put on Facebook, there's the dunks he did like back in 6th grade when he first started dunking. In 6th grade. And then by 7th or 8th, just dunking on people.
He'll be
that's just not right.
He'll be forever known for dunking over that 7-footer in the
Olympics. Oh, he's posterized for life.
Crazy
yeah.
When I seen that live, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
That's getting teabagged on the Olympic stage right there.
Could not have said that any better.
You got to know D's what? D's nuts.
D's nuts. Yeah.
Got dunked on, son.
Oh, beat me to it.
They played against harder competition just to go to the playoffs. To LeBron, you put LeBron's weak ass in Jordan's hair. He'd be out of the league in 4 years. Jordan's now shit. He dominant. Now, I think LeBron would have still been I think he'd still been a great probably top 50 player if he played even in the 80s. It's just that he would have got banged around a lot more on the inside. And the thing I liked about the old league versus the new league, I feel like the leagues have too many teams now. So you get players in the leagues, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, any of them, that wouldn't have been back then. So you kind of watered down the talent because you don't have enough of the top elite. I liked it when it was smaller. It took that much more for you to get to that level. Obviously, other people are trying to cash in, so they keep expanding leagues. But I just think overall, like some of the players you see now, you wouldn't have seen back then.
Or it's so top heavy because of all the super team, mega teams that these get teams put together.
Yeah.
Like Golden State was practically an all-star team, five starters, pretty much all all-star players.
You put Golden State in the freaking late '80s, early '90s era, they wouldn't survive. Well, I can't say they wouldn't survive. Let me reword that. It would be very.
Well, they had a team back then. They had Hardaway and they had Chris Mullin. They were putting up points against people.
Yeah, Chris Mullin. Yeah,
Richmond, Run TMC.
Yeah, Richmond. Yeah. They had a squad for a bit. I mean. Some of the teams back then,
really good teams in the 80s.
Even when you looked at the Milwaukee Bucks back then, they weren't going to win a title, but when they had Marquise Johnson and some of the players they had, they could still go against the Sixers or Celtics and put up a good game.
Somebody put on
just there.
I don't know if it was you, Rod, but somebody put on there where they took this player and they traded him away, and he was a star player, and they had all the NBA fans were kind of like, "What in the hell is going on?" Oh, was it the Kansas City? What was it at the time? The Kansas City. It was some basketball team in Kansas, professional back in the 50s.
Oh, I put on Oscar Robertson. So when they traded him from the Cincinnati
Royals, people were like,
to the
"What
Milwaukee
are you
Bucks.
doing?"
yeah. Which he did great for the Bucks. He won a title and everything.
Yeah.
That was what Oscar, the Big O.
People were like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I got to meet him a couple times here. Nice guy. I got one of his autographed Nike bags here as well. He's still loved here in Cincinnati and stuff. Yeah, that was. I was thinking about that the other day. Someone had the worst trade moves in sports or whatever. And I forgot the ones they had on there, but I was like, how do you not have the Herschel Walker on here? I mean, Herschel Walker, the Cowboy Vikings thing. I mean, that was like, for the Cowboys, it was awesome. It set them up for their Super Bowl runs and stuff, but that was like the worst thing. They gave it like 10 players to get Herschel Walker, who did nothing in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy says, cheers, everyone.
What's up, Jeremy?
Now you're just being crazy. Blake said Patrick would wreck LBJ. Patrick had no handle, though. He was a big man.
Freaking Oakley would.
Jeremy.
Oakley would bash him.
I remember when John Starks dunked on Michael Jordan. That was something that caught a lot of people. I don't know if you guys ever remember.
That video
when the Knicks and he went against him, he dunked on him, and people were like shocked. And
people were like, "Whoa!"
Jordan did not take that very happily. He came back and started lighting John Starks' ass up.
Starks has some odds too for a little guy.
That used to be the worst thing. I remember growing up in New Jersey when you go to the park play basketball. It was just like, don't let them dunk on you. It's just like. And that's where you would see some of those hard fouls come from. Like people just take a foul, and like you're not dunking on me.
You're not dunking on me.
And the worst thing, you turn around and someone throws an alley-oop on you, and you're like, and everybody at the park's just clowning you and laughing and stuff. So, yeah. Nice to see the second best hair in the chat. Cheers to Jeremy. Jeremy did his own haircut today, and it looked like still perfect. It was like, I think him and Jimmy Johnson have the same stylist there.
He used the Flowbee. Remember the Flowbee?
Yeah.
Put on your vacuum cleaner.
Who's worse, the Flowbee or the bowl cut? Which one was worse? That was a cheers, Jeremy. Vanessa says cheers. Jeremy says cheers back. So Tweety, that offer to jump out of your luggage still stands. I think you're too tall to get into the luggage, Blake.
That's a little creepy, Blake.
Oh, what was the story I saw this week? And I didn't really. I saw it on a couple sites, but I really didn't fully verify it. But apparently, there was a story over in Ireland where this guy was arrested by the police for robbing from women, claiming he was a leprechaun and he was using to get sexual acts over there. He's like a little, like 3'9", red hair dude. They found 6 leprechaun suits, they said, in his closet. But he would tell the women if he has sex, he can get some of his gold. And he found these women that were doing. I got to see if I can pull that up here. Let me see.
I hope this is a joke, but it's probably not.
In today's world.
Yeah, in today's world.
All right, yeah, let's see here. Oh, okay, so that was actually fake news, but it was still a pretty funny story. So I said, this can't be real. There can't be that many people that fall for that, but it was kind of funny when it came out.
Probably be surprised.
But they had it limited as a hoax. But the picture of the guy was hilarious, too. Let's see here.
Alan, I'm reading your post early on pick 13.
They try a thing. How are they doing it? Is everybody just doing it from home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they were showing the Bengals coach. He was kind of set up in his living room. He had one computer that was where they put the pick in through, and then he had other computers where he's talking to, I guess, Mike Brown and all of them and stuff. So I guess everybody got set up with a certain thing, kind of like fantasy draft, right? You just hit the thing to put your pick in. Dee Dee's in the house. Says cheers. What is going on, my friend? Good to see you.
What's up, Dee Dee?
Some folks think they are invincible. Yeah, that's the problem. Like some of these people, I mean, the one kid that went down to spring break, the dude that was talking about, well, if I get it, I get it. He was from Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's drunk. Yeah.
I think his parents got to him because he was quickly making an apology on the news here when he got back home. Oh, cheers, Dee Dee. Everybody says hello to Dee Dee. Hey, Blake, hope you're doing well. And hash brown Kroger mustard matters. I got nothing wrong with Kroger mustard, though. It's just funny. It's just when they pick up some stuff, like you go to order something and it's like they don't have it, so you can mark to have them replaced with something, and then they'll bring you that instead. But sometimes they might bring you some of that bootleg type stuff. Says, hey, Vanessa, hope all is well. And Jeremy says, yeah, sometimes the substitutes are terrible. It makes no sense. LOL. Right. It's just you get stuff. But I like the delivery service. Here's the thing. After things change, is it worth you paying that $10 fee to still not go to the store? Like once everything is in stocking, pretty much, you can easily do it from home, and you don't have to worry about them replacing stuff probably. So I don't know. That could be a new thing where more people start shopping from home that way. I hope you are too, Dee. And hashtag just say no to squeeze relish. Yeah. I don't know what made Heinz think to put relish in a squeeze bottle. I mean, I've tried it. It's just like a pain in the butt trying to get it out. Squeeze relish can get high pressure and
For
blow all
tailgating,
over.
I
That
think.
would not be a good thing. Huh?
For tailgating purposes, I believe. The
I
relish.
guess, but I mean, do you really need relish in a squeeze bottle? I mean, just put a plastic spoon if you're a tailgate. It's kind of
Right,
like,
right.
Really? Squeeze relish can get high pressure and blow out?
if Vanessa says it, I believe it. I'm not, I always take Vanessa her word.
I would have never thought.
Hey, Jeremy, hope you're doing well and safe. And anybody that's watching, like, for the people that are watching, out in like that Oklahoma area and Texas, they had the tornadoes again. It came through the other night. So hopefully, if anybody's watching there on that area, hopefully everybody's safe there too, and nobody was affected there. I know they had a few deaths and injuries that took place. These tornadoes are popping up though, like crazy early this year. Doing okay, Dee. And so can guys, Vanessa. That's pressure. I hope it's all as well for you. Cheers. And yeah, we had a very bad time with grocery delivery, so we only get dry goods, not food. Yeah, I mean, depending on how bad they do, I mean, knock on wood, hasn't been anything too terrible. It's kind of like most of the stuff they come through with. But when I do go to the store, I see them putting stuff in. I think some of them are like kind of lost when they're picking up stuff. It looks like sometimes. But well, here, and perhaps a few chosen words can make them blow. If a guy has a high pressure and blows all over, loosen the cock ring some. Wow, Tunis. Welcome, Tunis. Welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
As always, Tunis makes an entrance. Like, I'm here now.
We're dulling it when you need her.
This officially is an X-rated stream now.
Smart man, Steve. I just went into like Ron Burgundy on Anchorman. I just read it like, wait a second. Judy to Dallas, baby. Cheers, Eric the Lions fan. So Dallas got Judy. They needed something ever since they got kind of the whole Des Bryant thing.
Yeah.
Vegan dishes are just salads. They are not meat. Yeah, but they do cook some vegan dishes, though, right? So you can't call them salad.
They're still salad.
Oh, Erie. Don't fall to Tunis's level. Don't fall to Tunis's level.
Erie, I can't.
Don't let Tunis bring you down.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that one alone.
I make a great vegan omelet with ham. Well, you put the ham in.
Yeah. It's not vegan anymore.
Oh. Going back to Belgium with the dull, strong, dark beer. Nice. I was watching a little bit of Demolition Man earlier. That was funny because I didn't realize that Demolition Man was supposed to be set in 2032. I don't think we're going to be there by that point. Taco Bell will not win the fast food wars yet. I probably don't have 2 pounds of meat, but $15 is $15. I did like the Impossible Whopper I tried a few months ago. I will say the Impossible Whopper I did like. It's funny because the Burger King got criticized by vegetarians for the Impossible Whopper. They're like, we didn't say there was no meat. Like, I mean, we said there's no meat, but it's still cooked on the same grill. It's not vegan, but it's still vegetarian. So I don't know. I think lack of meat goes to some people's heads. Allen Iverson, MJ would never get the ball back. Iverson and MJ would have been a good little battle. Iverson had some crossover moves. And some good stuff too,
Jordan would dominate.
I think Jordan would still probably pull it out over, but it would be a heck of a game.
I think Jordan would dominate him.
Good call, DD. Iverson did cross Jordan. Yeah, he did cross him up.
He only crossed him up once or twice, though.
Mighty
do it all the time.
I'm out of the loop. As per usual, MJ, the only two I know have the same name, the gloved one and the beer reviewer from the UK. No, and this MJ would be the third one then for you, which would be Michael Jordan out of Chicago, way of North Kakalaka. Balls in the house. You guys still talking about tennis? We were talking about meat, so you're just in time for that. So MJ, Michael Jordan. Draymond Green is overrated. Is he though? What do you expect from a Draymond Green, really? I mean,
he's
kind of that filler role.
Yeah.
He might be able to get away with the bad boys.
He's kind of that beer type guy where just goes in and just tries to push people around. But he's got game. I mean, he's got some game.
Is he more Lambeer or is he more like Rodman now? I think he's more like Rodman than maybe Lambeer. Like he doesn't really. He's kind of got a little sneakiness about him.
Yeah, he's better offensively than Rodman, though.
He
definitely is. Yeah.
I mean, unless he can step out and hit a three. I mean, Lambeer couldn't do that, but Lambeer had a little offense to him. Lambeer was just dirty, like, don't come at me, I'm going to elbow you to the ground.
Yeah, he has the athleticism of Rodman, but he has the demeanor of Lambeer.
Yeah. That's probably actually a really good comparison for him.
Yeah. You know who else used to be one of those players that would sneak up on you too was Robert Parrish.
Yeah.
He hit a few guys back in the day too. Like, come on, Chief.
What are you doing, Chief?
And Kevin
Isn't Green from Flint?
Yeah. Is he from Flint? He played at Michigan State. I don't know if he's from Flint.
Saginaw.
Oh, Saginaw. Okay. I know he's at Michigan State, but I was thinking he was a Flint guy too.
Let me see. Didn't he do Thriller? Well, that and one MJ did. He's still bitching about KD, who was top 10 in Blake's opinion. I don't know, KD top 10 now. You're saying? I'm not thinking he's top 10 of all time.
Yeah, I don't.
The other Paul is in the house, right? Indeed. LOL, PA. Kobe got dunked on by Sikorsky too soon. I don't know who Sikorsky is, but
Sikorsky.
Everybody gets dunked on at some point or another.
No, I'm not following it either.
Yeah.
Cheers, all. Listen, I hope you're not saying Sikorsky was the pilot or whatever on that. That would suck. That would be too soon.
I'm thinking it probably had to do something with that, maybe.
Now you got Paul doing the gravity on the Kobe thing.
Wow.
Spud Webb is my hero. I do remember Spud Webb.
Yeah.
I still think he did that dunk contest back in like 87 or 86 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was good, but I didn't think he actually won. But I think they gave him the nod because he was so much smaller.
He was short, yeah.
Herschel Walker, 48 at age, was a killer in the cage. He could have been a UFC champion. He's still a beast. He says he still fights. They did an interview with him recently, and he's still doing stuff. He says he wants to keep proving that age is only a number. So it was like 3'3". He still dunked the ball like a pro, Ella. He could never palm the ball though. He always that's one thing they always said, like he get the alley oop and stuff, and even in a dunk contest, it was a lot of off the glass type stuff.
That behind the back jam he did, man. That one where he in the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what won it for him, I think, for sure.
The Vikings are legends that make them moves like the Walker trade. Yeah,
I mean, at the time it was good, Gilbert. At the time it was outstanding. It just never panned out.
Yeah, it really didn't pan out. And as far as the Cowboys, 3 Super Bowls later.
Yeah, I mean, at the time you're thinking, man, the Vikings, they're right in it when they got Walker. Because I remember, and I'm like, oh shit, now we got to go against Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel Walker, as far as, and actually I just cracked open another one. I'm actually drinking the Mixshoff now, which is the Belgian brown ale that I'm actually drinking there. So I'm going through the last of my shoofs.
I bet that's Belgian brown ale.
I want more brown ales on the market. I would like to see more out there. I think as far as college players go, at the time they're in college, Herschel was probably one of the best college football players.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got him there like with Bo Jackson and Barry Sanders as kind of what they did in college and stuff, but you look at them in that footage.
Bo Jackson was just off the charts good, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, kitty.
For Vanessa.
No.
Which one is it? Which one is it? What's it called?
Devil's Trumpet out of Maryville, Indiana, I believe. It's Strawberry Banana IPA. Smoothie Dreams is the series they call it.
It's like a smoothie one.
It's a dream. Well, they have a dream series, which I've had on here the last couple of weeks, and they always have a cat.
It was all a dream.
They always have a cat and an astronaut on them. I'm not really sure why, but it seems kind of weird. But this one just hit the shelf today, so I had to go pick it up. Just because the other ones have been really good. So
have you been to like the? Did you go to the brewery to get that, or did you go to the liquor store?
I went to the liquor store.
Have you been to do you go into your liquor store still, or they kind of you got to order and they bring it out to you, or pick up, or
supposed to? But the one I went to today, which is the one I typically go to, they was doing the no people inside thing, and they said it was so much of a pain in the ass to try to get stuff out to them, and it was taking way too long. Now they have cases on the floor. You can just go in and tell them. They'll go and get it for you, bring it back to you, and then you pay, and then you leave. And they're only letting like 1 or 2 people in at a time. So,
yeah. Well, it's funny because like Depths that I went there to get beer this last weekend, and I got there not knowing what I wanted to get, and they came out to the car like, did you call in or can we help you? But I was like, I'm going to go in and see what you guys got. Like, oh no, we can't have everybody in right now. And so I had to look online and see what I wanted, what they had. He had to go in to find it and stuff and bring it out. But Party Source, they're letting people in small things. You're not supposed to come in as a couple. You can only go in as one person at a time and the social distance and stuff, but you can still go in if you don't call and do the pickup or curbside. But it's kind of like my one buddy said, well, what's to stop you from going in? And then whoever you're with, they go in. And then once you both are in, you guys end up getting together. I think they actually will ask you to leave if they see you two together. They can spread out. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, that's a big store, so I could see that happen. Wouldn't be no different than going to the grocery store, but in alcohol. That place is huge anyway.
Yeah.
But mine's a little, it's a small shop, so it's like, 1 or 2 people would be tough. I actually ran into a friend of mine. He was checking out when I went in. I was like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Only thing I can do." He's like, "I just get drunk every day." That's a good point. He goes, I hate this because and I'm the same way. He's like, I don't know what I'm going for most of the time when I go in. I just look and see what they have.
Yeah.
I'm catching
you'll see something
eye,
you don't know. It'll catch your eye.
Yeah. And that's what he said. He's like, I hate this because I typically don't know what I'm going for. Now today I actually was going for this because I saw him posted on Facebook. I was like, I want to try that one. That sounded good. So a couple of those I actually knew. I actually picked up one from Stout from Oscar Blues. I forget what they call. I forget what it's called. I've never seen it before. No, it was a brand new one. BA.
It wasn't Canada Bliss, was it?
Monday or something like that, I think is the name of it.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, me either. It was like the first time I think it's ever come out.
Yeah.
They'll let me have 2 cans of it, so. I was going to crack one tonight, but I think I'll save it for this weekend maybe.
Did you say Jordan tried out like he wasn't in a play? Stark's poster of that was incredible from NYC, and we would always bring that up. LOL. Yeah, I mean, when that happened, that was like shockwaves around the league that night when Starks dunked on Jordan. 49ers going to have the scariest D-line next season. Got Kinlaw for the 13th pick. They're going to be scarier than last year on defense. Yeah, one of my buddies here is a 49ers fan. He's all pumped up for the draft. He's like, rematch.
We traded our first round pick to the Niners for one of their defensive linemen. Defensive end, actually.
Here you said, "Okay, sorry, don't want gold enough to do that. Gold enough to do." Did I miss something?
Oh, the leprechaun.
Oh yeah, that's right, the leprechaun. Irish pub stories, yeah. Which reminds me, as one of my buddies once told me, if you ever do go to Ireland, in America we have a nice little drink called the car bomb. Don't ever ask for it over in Ireland. Apparently he didn't know that. He was in one of the pubs and he asked about doing a car bomb, and they kind of give him a look or whatever. And he said, well, it's the Baileys and you putting it into the Guinness. And like, we know what it is. Like, we don't use that term here. Like, he's even, oh yeah, the IRA. You guys have had some bad things with bombs. So
what do you call it here?
They call it something else, I guess. But yeah, with the IRA and the history of bombings in Ireland, they don't call it a car bomb because of obvious reasons, right? So if you're ever in a pub in Ireland, don't ask for a car bomb.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Bernard King was another incredible all-around player. Knicks did him wrong when he blew his knee. Yeah, he was another one there. Of course, Earl the Pearl Monroe. When you talk about the Knicks and their legend players, he's a mind blower. Today, the president recommended injecting disinfectants. I had to laugh because I actually saw part of this earlier. So the president recommended injecting disinfectants to cure coronavirus, said it on live TV. The nearest doctor, fortunately, quickly dialed him back.
Right. And
that's why you see stories on the internet saying, please don't try to drink bleach.
And this is the leader of the free world. This is the leader of the free world.
We're dealing with society where part of the society's been eating Tide Pods, so someone would try it if he said to do it.
For sure. I did see one of the local news channels here said University of Louisville may have come up with something that might cure it or a good vaccine for it. They're trying to put a rush on it now to get it to the FDA for approval.
Yeah, but they have to go through their trials with it and stuff too. There was another one.
Right. Yeah.
There was a guy that volunteered on the news I showed earlier. I can't remember what state he's in, but he's in a trial right now. It might be a possible vaccine, but it's like a 28-week type thing he has to go through. So even with that, you're looking 7 months out, right? So, but people are trying to put stuff out there to get it what we can to find out. Draft is virtual this year. It looks like a bunch of neck beaters strapped in their fantasy football team. just the admiration from announcers. Yeah. I'm sure Mel Kiper is still talking more than anybody there.
Talking.
How the hell does Mel Kiper even get that job? Because any draft I've watched and the players that get picked and what he always says about them is kind of like, you're not really good at this. Like I like
McShay a lot better.
Terrible.
McShay's
way better. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah, it's like, how do they keep you around? Like, what do you know on somebody they won't fire your ass?
Sometimes McShay will just look at him and be like, "What in the hell are you talking about?"
He's got the same agent as the guy that does the fantasy football.
Yeah.
Like, how are you even the lead on a fantasy football show? Doesn't make any sense. Like, you're an expert. Nobody's an expert in fantasy football.
I'd rather have Jason Bateman from Dodgeball rather than Mel Kiper.
Yo, Joe.
Oh, damn it. There goes Judy. Go Cowgirls. I saw that JT couldn't believe he said that. Yeah, it's you can't win. You can't. You just. I mean, it's funny because he's in there now, and the person that's going to run against him, Lord knows what he's saying half the time as well. It's kind of like the Cowgirls going defense more than likely. Blake, why y'all need Judy? Y'all got Cooper and Gallup. Jerry Jones always gets who he likes. Ronnie got Big Burger, Sierra Nevada's triple hot lager at Trader Joe's. Rod alert. Did you get a deal on it there at Trader Joe's? Let me know what you think about it. I put a thing on Twitter to ask you. You may have responded. I didn't see it yet, but curious because I've only seen one other person do it, and they were over in the UK, so I didn't even know it was over here yet. Try to get delivery, but they said no. Apparently, Kentucky isn't essential. Oh no, not Kentucky KY isn't essential.
Wow.
Surprise. EB, we are Dallas. We know what help we can get. LOL. That's true because you never know who's going to jail in Dallas with the Cowboys. I mean, you always need backups for the Cowboys. Some salads are cooked. Wilted lettuce salads are one such cooked salad. I've never had a cooked salad before. Interesting. Which I've had like stuff on salad, like cooked steak or chicken or something like that and everything. Steven has way more than 2 pounds of meat. Quit lying, homie. Just because I sent you a dick pic, Blake.
Oh, Jesus. The mayor has to be excited at that.
Oh, and of course, then QT pops in. What's up, QT? I Googled meet on Pornhub, and it brought me to this stream. Oh, that's the way it works. Oh man. LOL, QT. Fairly meaty stream here. They have Vanessa involved now. Without Steph or Clay, how many chips Draymond win? Would you pay him $100 million? No, I mean obviously,
No,
he's not the level I would say of Clay or Steph or the Splash Brothers as they're called, but he was part of it. With those three, they won the title. They should have won another title. They should have. They basically. LeBron actually had a team against them to come back. Like they'll be the only time you come back from that deficit. But
I would not. So. I would not pay. I would not pay $100 million for Kevin Durant. There's no way.
Yeah,
he's just not a leader. I don't feel he's.
No. He's a role. I don't say he's just a role player.
Yes.
He's kind of like a role player that does have talent. He's not just like that role. Like I look at the Bulls, right, where they won with the titles. Like Steve Kerr and John Paxson were role players, right? Jordan would set him up, or Pippen would kick back to him. He can get his own shot, so he's not just there for that. It's like Big Bob Horry, Big Shot Bob. He's got like 7 titles.
Yeah,
he just felt he's the ultimate like role player. So I see definitely Draymond being a higher level.
Well, I thought Horry was an X factor.
An X factor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was always. Yeah, but they brought him in and would get him up and over the hump.
I saw him more as a role player than X factor, just because I never felt like any team feared Robert Horry. Like it wasn't like that player that could take it to a next level and all of a sudden.
But he'll sting you. He'll sting you.
Oh, he'll definitely sting you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Because he didn't get the chopper joke. I might have missed that one.
The chopper joke.
Of course, Erie said, "Of course, you show when the combo turned for 5 seconds." That's when Cutie came in. Well. Yeah, I think the chopper joke with the pilot, possibly, like Kobe there. Blake, Draymond was added around the same time. It's always been those three. No way anyone would pay him $100 million to lead it, but he's one of the most versatile players in the NBA. Yeah, I don't see any team paying him $100 million out there. He's not your top player, but he's better than your role player. Michael Jackson's Belgian beer BBC series, legendary. Yeah, and I need to actually try to pull up some of that stuff. On YouTube, because they have some old Michael Jackson footage of the stuff that he did around beers. I know a lot of people that are really fans of him, and I've seen some of his stuff there. I just haven't taken a full in-depth look into it. Now everybody's kind of talking about Mosier. He's like Randy Mosier is like real popular. He's the one that did tasting beer and all that kind of stuff too. So Blake says, "Snap, Cutie." Jason's in the house. Cheers, my friends. Says, "Hey, Rod J, and everyone in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you." Pappy, the Beer Hunter, 1989. I've heard about that as well. Need to check that out. Cheers, QD. I got to find time to read a lot of this stuff. That's the tough thing. I want to read more. It's just finding time to do it. Hello to Jason from Erie. And so Draymond Green went to the Knicks or some other shit show. Would he be the guy you put money on, Ella? I don't think anybody said he would put money on Draymond. No. I would put money on Draymond.
I wouldn't either. No way.
I'm just saying he's better than your average role player. He can definitely make a difference. Cheers to Eclectic from QT. And hello to Erie. Cheers, Jason. Blake already established that. No, you wouldn't, but he's better than folks give him credit for sure. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
1989, I got a job with the oldest corporation on the New York Stock Exchange, which was.
Hope it was.
This is interesting, Todd. Of course, so was Scottie Pippen, who was 7-year, $18 million contract. Hard to take Draymond serious, brother. Scottie was an all-star. He was definitely a higher level than Draymond Green. He's one of the top 50 players that played in the NBA.
Pippen held out to try to get some more money.
Yeah. Jordan wouldn't have won all those titles without Pippen. I have no doubt about it. He wouldn't have won all those titles without Pippen.
Nope.
Yeah. Jordan needed Pippen as much as Pippen needed Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anybody tell you any differently. Love the cats. Cheers, everyone. Smash that like. Everything's better with a cat. Everything's better with a cat. I love there's an old joke I had. I'm not going to go into about a cat, but anyway, I love to see more old Bruin Flanders style Brownell. Yeah, I would too. Pippen is Hall of Famer who took the Bulls to the playoffs without MJ, so a bit different. But Draymond does stuff that no one else can. And 7 years, $18 million is cheap for NBA. When Bo Jackson ran over the Boz, that shit was funny as hell. Boz never came back from it. Yeah,
it was.
I remember him getting ran over.
That's as big as a moment as Eric. We talked about Vince Carter dunking on the guy in the Olympics, but maybe a little bit bigger, just because the guy in the Olympics in his country was kind of a star. Boz was known like all over. Bo was known pretty much all over. It was on Monday Night Football, what everybody been waiting to see, and it kind of just. He ran over him and he killed Boz's career. He was like roadkill.
Could you imagine the memes if that was today's game?
There's probably some out there right now if you look.
They probably are.
Well, I thought it was funny when they did the Kia commercial a couple years ago, which I thought was pretty cool when they had him there. And I don't know if you guys have saw that, but it was Bo and it was Bosworth in the car. He picked him up to give him a ride or whatever like that. And he said something about run over. He said, again?
Yeah. Kia commercial?
Yeah, it was an old Kia commercial they had done back in the day.
I'll have to look that up.
Maybe we can pull it up here and we'll show it if I can find it here. Yeah, I mean, that was like one of those moments. It's like back in the day, more than what it is now, I would say Monday Night Football stood out. I mean, you had the announcers you had back then, you had the feel, you had the air. It was just all about that Monday night game. And things I can remember from Monday Night Football: Bo running over Boz, Tony Dorsett 99-yard run.
Oh, yep.
Joe Theismann's career being ended by LT, which was one of the worst hits ever.
Yeah.
Next to Napoleon McCallum, the Raiders running back, who ended his career in Monday Night Football but with a broken ankle, which was probably the worst thing I ever saw when a player get hit on any football game. And his ankle was like flapping back and forth. Mm-hmm. That was one of the worst ones. That was the Monday Night Football.
Which one was that, Rod?
Napoleon McCallum. He was the Raiders running back. He got taken down and his ankle broke. I mean, it was one of the worst. And they were like, "Oh, that's so bad. We should be showing that again." But here it is from another angle. It's like, why would you want to show it from another angle? It's still flip flopping. Yeah, that was Monday Night Football though. There were some memorable things on there for sure. Oh, and then Brett Favre, right? The night that the game after his dad passed, and he went out there and lit up the 4 touchdowns. I think that's the one that Antonio Freeman that even fell down and got back up and ran in for a touchdown during that game because the guy didn't touch him. But it was like Brett Favre went off to have a phenomenal game there. Are you able to source them? I'm talking to Eric, the other Eric Gilbert. My Cat Sevens on his favorite heated spot, the cable box. And then I agree, DD, talking about the Bo and the Boz. CD Lamb to the Cowgirls. Just saw that, bro. Not happy, not disappointed. Kind of lukewarm about it, eh? Dude, he's an upgrade over Cobb and is better than Gallup in his opinion. Press recommended injecting UV rays as well. What the fuck? It's not a vampire cell. It's not a vampire cell, we got inside of us here with the corona.
Grasping for straws.
This isn't goddamn Blade. Is this an NFL draft party? No, but we're getting updates from Eclectic, who's actually watching the draft. So we're just sharing that there. We're still drinking beer, talking beer. If you got beer stuff, John, hit us up with it. LOL, John, and possibly, but not sure. Erie said, no, we're still talking other stuff. Most Irish pubs will kick you out if you ask for a car bomb. I have family over there, and they take the troubles. That's what I'm saying. Very seriously. It's my one buddy, and it wasn't like he did it as an attention that. He just was asking in a bar or a pub that he was at and everything. And it was so funny. We were sitting at lunch, and he was telling a story about it. And it's like, yeah, probably not the best thing. And you're probably like stupid American at the end. I'll let you know about the lager tomorrow. All right, so you haven't tried it yet? Okay. Draymond also won Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, so he does have defensive skills.
Mm-hmm.
LOL, you wouldn't pay $100 million to KD?
No, I would not.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
KD is worth way more than $100 million.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's
never going to make that argument with me, John. He's not.
KD, I would say, is one of the probably top 5 players in the league right now. He's on that level. I mean, he can close out games like LeBron can. He can close out like Westbrook.
Just look what he did when he was at Oklahoma City. He couldn't get him over the hump.
Yeah, but I think that was coaching there too. You had Westbrook, you had Durant, and you had Harden.
Yeah, and couldn't get him over the hump.
Not enough balls to go around there.
That's a joke in there somewhere. I know there is.
And John, he's never player in the NBA. He's not that either.
Blake said he would pay KD.
Ain't nobody worth $100 million. I don't care who it is.
Well, to be that player to do that, here's the thing: you have to be that player to kind of take over the game at moments, right? So it's kind of like, can KD do that? Yeah, he can. He can take over games. I mean, LeBron. I think LeBron. He can. Everybody knows he can take over games when he wants to. But like, I would be pissed if I was like paying for LeBron the team, like when he's like can take the lane on people and he doesn't. He goes to his fadeaway jumper or whatever. It's like, why don't you take it in on the guy? You got the space. You can easily do it. But I think KD's up there. By the way, after listening to UK battle rap, apparently using the term box for a certain female anatomy is commonplace there. It's commonplace in a lot of places, Alan. That's the thing. It's all like a lot of people use box for it.
I got a funny story about me and Harry being in the UK. We were walking down one of the alleyways, but I'll leave that for another time.
Wait a minute. Is it a box involved? We want to hear about it.
It's not that. No, it's something it's similar, but it's not that.
Can't bring it up and not say it anymore.
Go call mine a box and I'll box you.
Shane's always saying, she's like, I don't even understand.
All right. Hey, Todd,
like, I don't know what that means.
I'll tell it, Todd. So me and Harry were walking down some alley. I can't remember. We were in Birmingham somewhere. And these two young kids were kind of sitting out there. We were headed to I think we were headed to Brewdog is where we were headed to. And then one of the guys out there, they were smoking some cigarettes. And the guy goes, hey, man, can I get a fag off you? And I'm like, a fag here is a gay person. A fag here isn't a cigarette. And I'm like,
right.
What the fuck did he just... I'm like, what? And I turn around. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and then it dawned on me, clicked, and I'm like, oh, he's asking for a cigarette. I'm like, what? At first, it blew me away.
Fuck you off guard with that one.
Way off guard. Way off guard.
Alan says, "Oh, fuck all that noise. That doesn't even sound like an appropriate term, wifey." Yeah, it's somehow it kind of stuck there. And places I've seen, places I've been, people call it a box. Stuff you hear, music and everything like that, they call it a box. Like apparently you're finding out there too, Alan. Bourbon's in the house. What's happening? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. The worst hit ever when Pat White from West Virginia came in, first play for the Dolphins. Just sweep to the left and no more Pat White. He just disappeared. Yeah, I didn't even watch Pat when he went to the NFL as much. But people try to say like back at WVU how good Pat was, and which Pat was a great player. Don't get me wrong, he was solid, but Pat was like the second coming after Major Harris. Major Harris just did everything back when we were in school, and Pat was like a runner up to him. I mean, Pat, and he took us all the way to the national championship. He didn't trip over Pittsburgh like Pat did. So. Although Pat had a great career. What's up, Bourbon Bounty? Cheers, bourbon. Box. Haven't heard that one. Really? Doing well, Erie. Hope you are too. Can't complain. This is a little bourbon. Didn't catch the comment. Sourcing Uberlin Middle Fruit. KD is the best offensive player in the NBA.
Nope.
Is he?
No.
I
I would think the best offensive player in the NBA, in my opinion, is probably James Harden.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to put anybody over him. He can do
Hey,
it
Bourbon,
all.
how's it going?
KD's a damn good offensive player. I'll give him that, but he's not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And to Vanessa, how are you? ABC is better than KD, hands down.
ABC. Who's
ABC. Think the East Coast family.
I don't know.
Another bad creation.
BBD.
I just got that. I'm like, what? Oh.
I'm trying to think. Cheers, Bourbon. Bourbon says doing well. What the fuck? Always people only go by initials. Sometimes.
That's just how it is here.
Doing okay, Bourbon. How are you? Let me see. That's funny, Erie. I'm still laughing at that shit. KD's market value is above 100 million.
Nope, it's not.
That's a
it's not,
fact.
John. It's not.
I think in the league, I would say in the league, its market value probably is. It's whether or not you want to pay it or not. But
I will strongly disagree.
and then Bourbon says, cheers at Eclectic. KD is 7 foot tall with the 7'7" wingspan. Pull up from 30. Okay, that's my best Stephen A. Well, let me see here. What's up, Patrick? Cheers. Oh yeah, McCallum's injury was the worst I ever saw. But it was his knee. I was thinking it was I thought it was his ankle that was flopping around there, but I just remember it was flopping. It was like I only needed to see it one time, but they kept showing it like over and over again. And it's like, why are you guys still doing it?
Yeah. Let's
Even
get it
Joe
from another
Theismann,
angle.
even Joe Theismann was kind of the same way that they showed his. I mean, it was bad. Yes, it was back in 2014 knee injury. Gruesome, they call it. I won't even play the clip. The clip is here, but I don't even want to play the clip. That's how gruesome it is.
You're like,
someone might lose their lunch over if I played it on there. I don't want that responsibility. LOL. KD's market value is over 100 million after playing with Harden and Westbrook and Steph and Clay and Draymond. ABC has Chris Middleton and had Malcolm Brogdon. ABC should be worth more. KD's awesome, but who the hell is ABC?
Yeah, who's ABC?
Is that the Greek freak?
Is it? I thought it was Giamatanko or whatever.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know who is ABC.
Who's ABC?
See, I don't watch more of the NBA than I did the last couple of years.
I don't know. I disagree with him being $100 million player.
I know Chris Middleton.
Just don't see it.
Someone flashed you their boxing ad. No. Well, we thought the story. We thought the story was going to go that way, but it didn't. But if they did, Eric would have been okay with it. I mean, people do flash boxes around town.
Yeah, I thought for sure that's where it was headed to.
Oh no, Eric going to get glass Joe, LMFO. Just kidding.
Are you talking about me or talking about Joe?
Yeah, I think it's someone you thinking about in the alley or something. The 2 times I was hit by cars at pedestrian were the worst injuries I've ever seen. Those were ones you were definitely in too. I was nursing another video, couldn't make it early. That's all good. It's great to have you here now, and I need to actually, like I said, I still need to catch up with some of your videos as well. And I don't make 100 million. Yeah, none of us make 100 million. No athlete should be worth that much. At this point, the retail and burger flippers have all the leverage in the world for 15 hours or more after this is all over with. Yeah, I mean, out there serving the people. How important is that job now, right? So, well, the pay should have been $10 an hour back in 80, 15 now is still not enough. Well, ENS is fucking awesome and in need of 100 million. That's Erie Nicole, by the way.
No, Erie. No, no, Erie. No,
Yes,
Erie.
you are, babe. But I think Alan's a little short, but he's saying yes, you are. Spicy P. Let me see. That taco guy again. Eric, you disagree that someone who averages 26.66 in eBay is not worth 100 million? That's an absurd stance. I'm sorry.
Put him in with the Knicks. If he goes to the Knicks, John, and they pay him $100 million, they're still going to lose and they're not going to go to the playoffs.
We've already seen that with Carmelo Anthony. We've seen that story before.
I find it hard to think that anybody's worth that much money. I don't care who you are.
I don't think any athlete's worth that. But I think if you're looking relative for that sport and what they actually pay is where you're looking at that 100 million.
Yeah, are the Pistons going to pay him $100 million to come in and put up 26 points?
Yeah.
Is he going to do that and make the team better? No, they're still going to lose.
Yeah, right. You still got to have some surrounding players too.
Yeah.
And we're paying $100 million. You probably aren't going to have those guys.
You could get paid. You could be getting paid big on a losing team. I mean, look at the years that, like, say, Iverson got paid, and they
chances are,
but he couldn't win.
Money, you are going to be on a shitty team.
Yeah. Are you just looking for a payday, or are you looking to win a championship? I guess that's what it all boils down to. Yeah. But I still don't think he's worth $100 million. I just don't think he doesn't do enough to be that leader. That's what it boils down to.
That or someone was playing with the tube in the alley. Westbrook averaged triple doubles 3 years straight, so by that he should be worth more than KD. Yeah, he definitely did.
You could throw James Harden in that mix too.
Westbrook is worth every penny they pay him.
Yeah, because he's a leader, John. He's a leader.
But I am through haters going to hate. They're both max players. And Westbrook by himself, though, couldn't do anything in the playoffs. KD would be the same way. KD's price is overinflated in relation to the players he's had around him. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's relative to the market you're in. That's why he's getting it up there. Didi said, damn, I just watched McCollum's injury. That's called flamingo hyperextension. Okay, I just made up that term.
I like it.
Yeah, but I say that injury is that's the nastiest injury I ever saw in any game anywhere. But it was on Monday Night Football, so the whole nation was kind of watching it when it happened because back then the Monday Night Football was so huge. I mean, it's still big now, but I don't think they pull the ratings like they used to pull. Let's see here. Let's get some beer news. We didn't talk any beer news, right? So get this. Breweries are considering dumping their beer as the coronavirus pandemic slows down business. So there's some spots that are now in the process, and one of them I think is like down in South Carolina where Eclectic is, that they're basically having beer go bad. Like we look at these stories with the farmers and the crops. They're killing the crops because they can't move in the market in time. You've actually got breweries that are actually looking to get rid of beer because they can't get anything done with it. Like literally throwing away beer. I'm like, call me. Just call me. I would take it off your hands. I'm sure somebody can pick it up for you. Don't just throw away beer. City of Denver announced Thursday it is barring the possession and consumption of beer, wine, and champagne in parks starting tomorrow, April 24th, through at least January 23rd. So that's 3 months out because that's going into their whole social distancing in Denver.
Why are they It's barring the possession and consumption of beer, wine, and champagne in parks?
Because you can drink it in the park. Yeah, you can drink it. You can drink that in the park. I mean, they do weed and all that stuff out in Colorado. I don't know if they do it in the park with the marijuana, but it's recreational out there. But apparently, you could drink in the park. You having a lunch, whatever, picnic, whatever it may be. People would have alcohol in the park, but they're banning because they think with, I guess, alcohol it hurts social distancing. People being able to do that. But they're going 3 months out now, so they're staying out to July 23rd, past Memorial Day, past July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Well, they could be right. They could
Probably
be right.
more realistic, I would say.
Yeah. Beer seltzer could go flat as coronavirus shuts down COD production.
Mhm.
There were some concerns out there that they're actually having limitations with CO2. So you may not see as much beer getting produced if they can't get the CO2 they need. Just all kinds of shit happening. The coronavirus is fucking with the beer now. Now I'm really pissed.
That's right. You're fucking with the beer, now we got problems.
Which Walmart, they actually now added wine and beer to grocery pickup services. So if you have a Walmart near you that sells alcohol, you can now put that on your list for pickup as well. Before it wasn't on there, I guess you had to go in and show ID, but now I guess you can show ID when you pick up.
I think a few other places have done it as well, I believe.
And then Germany, this was a big one. I said this on Twitter the other day. Oktoberfest is scrapped for this year because of the coronavirus, which is huge. You're talking Germany, Bavaria, millions of people that come over there.
I heard
they're not doing it this year. Yeah. So which we may end up canceling it this year. I would think if they're canceling it, we'll see what happens in the States. But Cincinnati has the second biggest outside of Munich, which if they do have it this year, will be the biggest in the world if we carry on ours. But all the beer festivals now are up in the air. Like I was supposed to go to Fresh Fest this year again. I didn't get a chance to go last year because I broke my wrist. It looks like I may not get there again. I might not get it for this, or they may not even have it this year. A lot of beer fests from other places across the country are being canceled right now, so it could be a tough summer with no beer festivals. If you are over in the UK, Eric mentioned Brewdog earlier. They are giving everyone a voucher for free beer to celebrate when the pandemic is over. I don't know how much free beer you get. It might be just one or two or something. I don't know, but they want everybody to come out and celebrate at Brewdog when it's done. And let me see here. Then the other thing I have is breweries and bars are adapting during safer at home. Can digital do enough to help breweries hold on? So right now you have a lot of breweries that, and this is becoming kind of big, they're going to this whole Zoom type thing and these virtual things to try to stay out there, these virtual happy hours. And it's just kind of interesting if that could be, would that become maybe like a new trend? And how comfortable will people be to start going back to the breweries? You know, are people going to jump right back in? They're going to kind of ease in. Like right now, some of the spots that they're talking about trying to open, I know people that are like, I probably wouldn't even give it a try there for another few weeks or a month or two or down the line. So it'll be interesting to see how people come back because they can say the business are open. Doesn't mean people are going to come there though.
I'll have a hard time immediately. Like, you know, if they say, hey, you can go do whatever you want tomorrow. No, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to hang out and just wait for a little bit until, I mean, I'd be a little bit hesitant until they have a vaccine or something that come up, you know, I mean, and they're talking next year for that. So it's like, I'm not sure how much will really change. Like you still probably will see a lot of the social distancing and mask wearing and stuff like that, which maybe you should, you know, I don't know. It's really tough. It's uncharted territory. So nobody really knows what to do, you know?
Right. And I kind of wonder if some people are finding just enough solace at being home and not even going out. Like maybe they're getting more into the stuff that they're actually doing now. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how people bounce back. Like the whole thing with Georgia. They were trying to do stuff down there. And they're talking about trying to open movie theaters next week. Like, why? Who wants to go to a movie theater that quickly? You know, I mean, like, how are they going to do this whole social distance in there? Do you feel? Because they did one experiment, I think, that showed how much like air conditioning might be moving the virus around a room. So you might be next to someone, but it may be a few people over, but it gets caught up, I guess, in the waves of the air conditioning, and you might end up picking up something. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out there. Time will definitely tell. Let me see. And Alice, I noticed KD wouldn't even go to the Nets without Kyrie. To be the man, you got to be the man. Going to Ric Flair. Woo! We're about to find out starting tomorrow in Georgia. They are opening 10 days from now. We'll tell. It'll be interesting. What's funny, though, you mentioned Georgia as well. because all last week or whatever, the president was like saying people need to reopen, and then he gets on the press conference and says, Georgia, they're doing it too soon. Like, you just got all people hyped up, all these protests that just took place over the weekend of people going out there to reopen stuff, and now you're saying it's too, like, dude, what are you doing? Do you like have amnesia? Like, you were just doing all this stuff. Like, all this stuff just happened because you were saying it, and now you're like backing off of it.
He's a dummy. I'll say it, he's a dummy.
I feel like it's the Manchurian Candidate that's in there. I feel like someone is just hitting the buttons and controlling them. They got secret passwords, they say, to make them flip switches to do other stuff. If you would have went into a battle, I would have swore it was a Manchurian Candidate, but we know about the whole bone spur, so he couldn't have went into the service.
Hey.
But if you ever see the Manchurian Candidate, that's what it feels like right now.
hey, Putin, what should I say today, Putin?
Yeah, what do you want me to say today?
It's like, just stick to whatever you. It's like, God, it's just, I don't know. It gets frustrated at a point, so I won't go down that road right now. It's like, dude, you just set your boy up down in Georgia. Now he's looking like an ass.
And the problem is, we're probably stuck with him for another 4 years.
Yeah,
because people blindly follow him.
Katie ain't the man. He's one of the men on the court. I mean, he's the tarantula, so he's got a name. He's got some swagger to him.
Did you just say
I do hate the shimmy. I hate the shimmy at the free throw line. I don't know what that's all about.
Did you just say tarantula?
That's his nickname. You didn't know that?
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Oh my God!
That's his nickname, the tarantula.
That's laughable. Come on.
Well, it's better than that
player. I'll give him that, but I ain't using that. I'm not using.
It's better than that. It's better than that skinny kid that shoots good.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, "Damn, you that close to us?" Oh, Cutie says Savannah, Georgia here, so he's in Savannah. Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, be careful down there with everything happening. Yep, Erie, you better hide. I didn't realize you were that close there. Rod, you need to get a tanker and take them off those hands. That's a Rod J deal. Right, if they're going to start pouring out beer in South Carolina, actually, Allen's right there, so eclectic. Start checking on your breweries. Take it off their hand for them. That's free beer for you, son. You mean hide my bras? Well, Cutie does like wearing bras, so those two. Oh shit! Grocery pickup for the win from now on. Yeah, yeah. If you can get beer there. Oh shoot! I need a grocery pickup.
You better get on it, Erie.
Well, that's because of the beer at Walmart now. So, damn, maybe our YouTube get together will be sometime next year. LOL. That would be awesome. No groups over 5 people here. Mask in public. Yeah, some places are really cracking down on the mask. Mm-hmm. I saw the one video up in Philadelphia where the guy got pretty much thrown off the bus by the police, who were basically breaking social distancing to get him off the bus. But it is what it is. But there's some stuff where you have to wear a mask in some places. John says virtual happy hour is trash. I've never been to any of the virtual happy hours. I will say, I don't know. But then my wife is like, well, aren't that what you're doing on YouTube? And I'm like, I don't think we are. But I'm like, wait a minute, we are drinking beer and we are talking. Is it a virtual happy hour? Yeah, but like, damn it, you might be right. I wouldn't say a happy hour, but we try to do entertainment type thing. But and then I was like, now you got me thinking. But I don't know.
Right, here's that beer.
Which one is that one?
The Oscar Blues.
Oh, let me see. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. BA20, Volume 1 Almond.
It's not like anything in their other can art.
No, unless they're doing a new thing where they're doing rebranding. 2020 Barrel Age Series.
Barrel Age Series, yeah.
What's the ABV on it?
Aged bourbon barrel.
12.5, I think.
Yeah.
You see it?
Toasted almonds and marshmallow, vanilla.
12.
Oh, Madagascar.
Yeah, toasted almonds.
12.5 or 13. I'm trying to see.
12 might be 12.3. No, I can't see. It's too fucking dark. It's like 12.5.
12.5.
Got all the lights off now. I can't see shit. That was causing me a headache earlier for some reason. Yeah, 12.5.
Okay.
Says Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with toasted almonds and Madagascar vanilla beans.
Did you say
2020
almonds?
barrel aged series. Almonds.
Almonds? I was
Toasted almonds.
Salmon.
That's still one of the funniest damn commercials.
But that can art's pretty cool though for them. Especially.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing some new branding on stuff.
I don't know.
That is different for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't have thought that was an Oscar Blues can looking at you. Thought it would have been someone different.
Right. Yeah.
Their base stout's awesome. My God.
We were only limited to, so they were still, I say only, but compared to a lot of the other ones, it was $5.50 a can, I think it was.
Cutie says, anyone want to play strip poker with me? LOL.
No.
LOL, Cutie, poker? He's like, I'm flirting. Worst injury I saw in the OHL during a hockey game when the Ice Dogs go away. Tucker Tynan had his leg cut open by a skate, straight to surgery. Ouch.
Who was the one that you guys might know this? Who was the guy was skating in for a goal and he got undercut and took his
and he
legs
flipped
out?
over? That was a bad one. I can't remember who that was, but that was a bad one. I know, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna die right on the ice.
Yeah, that was a bad one. Everyone knows KD is a pussy. He's still top 3 player in the world. Is he top 3 though? Because
debatable, maybe third. He's debatable.
I mean,
third.
if you're going to have LeBron right there, right? So
Harden, I think, is top 3.
If you have a Harden, is KD that third? Would you put KD above Steph?
Would you put him above? Well,
I wouldn't know.
Would you put him above Westbrook?
Well, I was gonna say, would you even put him above Westbrook? That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I think Westbrook and KD are kind of the same player.
Westbrook is more all around, I think, though.
I mean,
I got the deal with the same player.
I'm sure he's got the scoring ability of KD, but I don't know that
you're not going to put him above Antetokounmpo or whatever his name is in Milwaukee. He's going to be one of the top. He's going to be up there.
Yeah, he's going to be.
So automatically, KD's almost like looking down,
4th
top
or 5th,
5
maybe.
And then you got Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
Kawhi too. Yeah, that's right.
I was saying KD's more like maybe a top 5 on that 5 edge. I mean, Leonard showed he can leave and go to a team and help them win a title.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, like Leonard, he'd be a person that'd be $100 million, no problem, payday, right? That you would pay to. So I said, when you think about him, I don't know. He's there. I was thinking before top 5, but now I'm thinking, I don't know. Is he better than Giannis though? I don't know. I'm just maybe because Giannis is the man where he's at.
Run end to end. It's kind of all the way sprint and continue to do it.
Yeah. Giannis doesn't have that strong second player yet for his team, right? Anybody who's won a title has that strong second player. He just doesn't have that yet.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Let me see here. Oh, QT. When I wear a thong, they call me the tarantula. I need to mascate.
God, dude, come on.
Has anyone seen 000 on Amazon Prime during the stay-at-home time? I have not.
I didn't even know.
I haven't watched much of anything on Amazon Prime because I have to watch it on my cell phone. Unless I put it on my Chromecast, but most of the time I'm not down there where it's at. I still got to finish The Boys season 1, which is actually pretty good. I just never finished it.
Yeah, I'm almost done with that.
He says, well, I am entertained. Well, that's what it's all about. As long as you're entertained, then I'm happy. I'm happy you're entertained. As DJ would say, it puts my happy face on. No to Boulevard, Rye 6, Asian 6-year Templeton Rye Barrel Sons. So you didn't like it then? You said no to it? Because I know you were drinking that the other day. John says LeBron, Kawhi, and then KD. Buffalo Sabres goalie, you forgot his name. Yeah, that's what it was with the skate.
Mm-hmm.
Alan says LeBron.
Who is ABC, Alan?
I know, Alan. Tell us who ABC is. We've asked about 15 times.
ABC, Curry, Leonard, and KD. Yeah, I still know who ABC is, who he's referring to there.
So Jackson 5.
I would have Leonard number 2 behind LeBron, actually.
You don't have Westbrook in there, Alan?
Depending on who ABC is.
John said KD is better than Giannis. Come on out.
No, not getting past me on that one either, John.
Says, well, fellas, me and my
Box.
what is that? What is that?
Me and
What is that
my box.
emoji?
Box.
Oh, heading to bed, work in the morning AM. Have a great night. Cheers, Harry. Cutie says, "Sweet dreams, box." I had to look down there to see what was going on. Dude, stop smoking crack. It's not even. Kitty has helped the whole way. Giannis doesn't have anyone but Middleton to help him. That's who he's talking about then. But does he go by ABC?
That's what I thought he was talking about, but I wasn't sure. Yeah,
Because Middleton plays with Giannis. Yeah, I never heard him call it ABC before. Doesn't have a strong second player. Middleton. Everyone else is rotated and role players. Yeah, he doesn't really have much up there with him. Chris Middleton was an all-star last 2 years, but he's not a second player that I would consider like a top second player. He's not like a Curry and a Thompson or like a Jordan and a Pippen type thing, or a Magic and a Kareem. Like he's kind of like a Curry and like maybe a Draymond, maybe. Which is still good, just not strong enough. Just still missing a piece. You have to see it amazing. Well, I got Amazon Prime, so I'll make a note of that as well.
0-0-0.
Play in Green before they had Westbrook, Harden, and Ibaka. No compare. Yeah, that's the other thing. When they were in OKC, they had Ibaka as well. Like those guys should have came out with a title when they were down there. They were younger. They weren't getting the ball around as much as they should have because all of them were like shooters at that time. But that's where the coaches should have got them together and like. If they would have had, like, say, a Phil Jackson, they probably would have been, like, 6-peated with all the talent they had there. Genius and Topico with the Bucks. But where's the ABC come from is where I'm confused, I guess.
The next one says that's ABC.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering how it's the ABC as a nickname.
Yeah, I've not heard that one either.
Jesus, I'm ABC. I was on a 3-year contract for $9. Ryan Rye is great, but this blew up. Jeez. Okay. That's no good. Well, number 1 is a Jordan Pippen type thing. That's once in a lifetime. Yeah, but I mean, is it though? It's kind of like I see what you're saying there, but you had a Jordan and Pippen, but you had like Magic and Kareem. You had like
McHale Bird.
You had well, for a while you had Duncan and you had Kawhi, but you also had Duncan and Ginobili. You get some good matchups. I mean, it took LeBron really him and Wade to form for them to win their titles down in Miami. He's probably the only one in recent memory that went back to the team, like say Cleveland, and won it himself, pretty much, as he didn't really have like as strong as a cast around him. Versus the other teams. Which he might have won another one if JR wouldn't have passed him the ball back when time was running out.
Yeah.
JR, where you going? We can shoot. This is the year ABC and the Bucks probably would have won the title. Ooh, I don't know. I don't think they would have won the title this year with
I don't know. Are they strong enough this year, Alan, if they would have played? I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of NBA, but
I mean, you had Golden State that was definitely out of the picture. People were still trying to pull for the Lakers, which I could have been the Lakers could have won it with LeBron in there because they had the best record going for the longest time, so it might have been their year to win it again. But I think the Bucks were definitely a final team that could have got there. ABC because he has half the alphabet in his name. Oh, okay. Was he known? I've never heard ABC reference.
I haven't either.
Me either.
Oh, you had Dick and Jason Terry beat the big three of the Heat. Yeah. We used to call Aaron Brooks ABC when he was a quarterback of the Saints since circa 2000. I remember Aaron Brooks being a quarterback down there.
Me too.
I remember Bobby Hebert being a quarterback in New Orleans. That's like if LeBron and Kawhi play together, two outstanding two-way players. That'd be a hell of a team if they played together. That's what LeBron was trying to pull off with the Lakers. He was trying to get Kawhi to come there.
He said he went to the Clippers, didn't he?
Yeah. And guess what? Against the Lakers, they beat them every time they played them thus far before the season had to end. Bucks had the best record this year, even with the super teams. Yeah. Yeah, but I guess it's just a matter of, regular season versus playoffs, you do hit two different modes for those games. I just see in the playoffs, the Lakers would have been a different team at that point, I think. LeBron and AD on the same team. That's how we do it. Yeah, exactly. Like, look what LeBron and AD were doing. They were actually tearing up the league together. That noise smells like cough syrup, but tastes good. Rod, I remember when Archie Manning was quarterback of the Saints. I remember watching footage of Archie Manning as a quarterback of the Saints. That's back when what's the kicker? He had the half-foot Thomas. What's you call him? He set the record for the longest field goal time, 63 yards.
Against who? The Lions.
Was it the Lions? Was it? What was his name? I know it began with an M, I think, but I can't remember.
He just passed away. He just passed away like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Bucks are the beast in the East. Oh, Bucks are in the East. Yeah. Raptors were headed for 2 in a row, Suns. Oh, he goes to Toronto. And let me see. ABC took the Raptors to Game 7 last season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of those that shot that Kawhi Leonard hit off the baseline that rattled around and then went in. That was like one of those slow motion type shots you see during an event at a time where it's just like hit like every part of the rim and it fell in. So it was kind of nice to see Toronto get that pulled off. It kind of sucked they had to send Wichicom away, who had been there for so long now. DeRozan.
Sometimes
without DeRozan going, without him going, then you wouldn't have had Kawhi there. So let me see. North Carolina. Oh, that's who it's Tom Dempsey, who died. That's who I remember. That's who it was. And then Eric, do you like that pick, Jeff Okudah?
Really, when you get, at the end of the day, I do. I was going to go into some big long spiel, but I thought I'll save it. But with the defensive players leaving. And you had Quandre Diggs going to Seattle, and you have Slay going to Philadelphia. It was a no-brainer pick. Some people don't like it, but at the end of the day, you got to be like, two of the core parts of your team left. The secondary is going to be young now, but
yeah,
and we might get 8 up in the pass game. Right back where we at in 15, 16, where we couldn't stop anybody in the air.
Yeah. I feel like when you do these drafts, you just don't know until it's time to go to camp and you start playing their season, because some of your players that you didn't expect to do as good as they will, but some of you thought were going to do really good, they won't.
Yeah.
You said North Carolina governor extended the stay-at-home order until May 8th. Correct call by him. So they're actually pushing theirs back as well. I like to run into wheelchair intramural basketball games and pretend I'm Shaquille O'Neal until the cops are called. I'm going to hell.
You are going to hell.
Get it out of here.
Get that out of here.
Yeah, so was Cleveland and LeBron still plow through? Lakers weren't completely gelled. They were 5th seed at this point when the season ended. Clippers were 4th. No super team was in top 3. Yeah. No, they definitely weren't yet, but I just feel like there's definitely, you hear athletes talk about it as well, there's definitely a different level of play with your regular season versus playoffs. Maybe it's the finality that you're out if you lose those series, that it steps up people's games, but
yeah.
63-yard field goal beat the Lions in 1970. And I think there's kickers that could have had the record now, but they never get the chance to do it, because you'll see kickers get a 60-yard field goal, and there's definitely 3 or more yards that are still left in that leg. That was the year before Archie was drafted. Yeah, I grew up in NOLA in the 60s and 70s, so I remember all those guys. I used to love the Saints back in the day when they had the linebacking core with Pat Swillen and Ricky Jackson. I think it was Vaughn Johnson, and I forgot the other linebacker they had. But they used to have like a beast of a defense. Lakuta is the truth. I watched the Big Ten all year, and he says I'm a PSU fan though. I
Yeah, Okuda was the dude.
Nittany fan. The guy across from him wasn't anything to sneeze at either, but Okuda was hella good. Pascal Siakam stepped this season. I'm sure he would have continued that during the playoffs. I think next season Lakers will be top team in the West and LeBron starts his fade. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's got to be heading out at some point here. It's not like he's a spring chicken. So he's definitely
what is he, like 35, 36?
Yeah, somewhere around I'm thinking about 35, yeah, I believe. And when he signed that deal, I'm like, well, how much longer are you going to keep him around out there? You got to win now in the next couple of years, or otherwise you're going to miss that window. Yeah, the Patrol. Sam Mills was the captain, and then when Sam Mills left the Saints to go to Carolina, and that's when I became a Carolina fan because I was huge into Sam Mills and just what he did out there and all the good stuff he did off the field, and it made me a Panthers fan for a while. Back when Dom Capers came over and they built that team. Have a good night, everyone. Catch you next stream. Rod, I'll let you know how the lager tastes by noon. Appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, definitely let me know. Just mention me on Twitter so I can see when you comment on that. Definitely interested to see how it does taste. And tomorrow night, I'm going to do the Fan Fun Friday, I think, which will be anybody that wants to kind of join in. If you guys are freed up, you want to come on cam, we're definitely going to do that. It might be a little bit later just because I have to work till 6 tomorrow, so it might be around 8:30 or 9. So I need to get that rolling again. I had fun the first two that we did, so I would definitely do that again. Alan said cheers to Didi, and Cutie said doctor, gave him the thumbs up there. Yeah, so and I've caught up on the comments.
Awesome.
But I was at 11:17 right now, so. You guys got to get up and go to work in the morning, too?
Yeah, I got to get up, go to work, unfortunately.
Yeah. Work from home tomorrow, though, so.
See, it's nice, right? You're getting used to it. You kind of like nice. Work from home.
I like work from home.
Eric's from home, too, now, right? Or you got to go in the office tomorrow, Eric?
No, I don't.
So you're in the house, too.
Yeah. I work from home today and tomorrow.
I sit right here. I sit right here and just do my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still go in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I work from home Thursday and Friday.
I think a lot of companies going to realize their bottom line could actually possibly be better with letting employees work from home.
Oh yeah.
I think some are going to start to look that direction a little bit more, and those that can do that. James said Capers was the Saints defensive coordinator in the late 80s. They sucked for 20 years until those Jim Moore coach teams of the late 80s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the coordinator there in the late 80s, and he started to have a little bit of a turnaround. I thought he was going to get over the hump at one point. I thought I was a Bobby A. Bear fan, and I thought he was going to be their quarterback to get him over that hump. And I think they got to maybe only one of the playoffs, and they lost a wild card game. They're kind of like the Falcons at the time. Like that whole division was kind of like getting stepped on by Green Bay at points. But Green Bay sucked. Green Bay sucked until Reggie White came up there for the most part. He helped revitalize that. He came up there, and other players he was recruiting other players to come up there. Like before Reggie White went to the Packers, Green Bay was like the Siberia of the NFL. Like players were not going there; they were just so terrible. And they talked about how Reggie White got out there, and he said he always felt because he was a pastor, he felt like it was a calling from God to go there and play, that he could bring a different environment or something. And that's what he did. And he went out there and was a beast. And he got other players that came out there, and they found out it wasn't as bad as they thought it was or what they heard about. And next thing you know, Green Bay's rolling. And Atlanta does a stupid thing, talking about trades. They're like, oh, yeah, we got this Favre kid. Nah, we're going to give one to you. In Atlanta, they just kept sucking on while Green Bay got better and better, and Favre finally got in the Super Bowl. So, yeah. But, yeah, you look back at some of the trades.
Of course, the only thing, I think he got his shot. I don't think he got his shot in Green Bay. And I said, I don't think he got his shot in Green Bay until Mikowski got hurt.
Yeah, he had to wait for Mikowski to get hurt there. It was kind of like Brady had to wait for Bledsoe before he got his shot there. And I mean, that's how it is, though, right? With the stories that happening.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize with the Redskins that Joe Gibbs, I think he won 3 Super Bowls with them, and they were all 3 different quarterbacks. Because he won one with Theismann, one with Doug Williams, and one with Mark Rippon, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he was like the hot hand. He was following the hot hand mentality pretty much, I guess. Well, Theismann, we mentioned earlier, his career ended thanks to LT. So he had to get a new quarterback after that. But, yeah. But you never know. But people will be happy with their draft picks, hopefully. And some people will be building. It's kind of like, I don't think the draft is the same when it's not there, like in New York City, ever since it started moving it around, because all the Jets fan that would boo kind of made it the fun part of the draft. Not even the Jets.
Which is pretty much every year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't matter.
You had like a WWE mentality, right? Because they would say, they would say something, they would respond like WWE fans, like, what? So it's kind of crazy. But if you are a football fan, hopefully you got the player you wanted tonight. I'm going to go ahead and we'll get this baby wrapped down. Thanks for everybody that definitely tuned in. Always a fun time. Always a great chat. And I'm glad you guys enjoy these Thursday nights. So we'll keep doing them. But at this point, we turn it over to the one, the only, the living legend himself. Bring that love to your household.
I'm no living legend, Rod. All right, guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. It's stupid to drive home drunk. But if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do that stupid-ass sobriety test, and you get a free ride to jail. You're going to have court fees and impossible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, guys, you know you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends and put yourself 6 feet under, okay? Just sleep off your buzz and get your car the next day. Take advantage of the phones. Download the Uber and the Lyft app. Call a buddy. Call a taxi. Have someone call a ride for you so you're not driving home drunk, because it's just bad here, guys, with all the fees and the jail time and all the other crap. You got to go with the court costs and all that. It very well could bankrupt you. So just don't do it. If I find out you're doing it, I'm going to take a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. I'm going to hit you in your elbow, your knees, and maybe get a swat in into the back and give you a couple cuts. So don't do it. All right.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Yeah, because we want to see you back for next week and stuff. So
you notice I've been kind of stepping it up a little bit each time.
Each time.
The knees, elbows, and then take a swipe at your back with it.
Got to throw a little bit extra in there.
Yeah.
And they get the final comments here. Packers 90s front four. Gravedigger was awesome, having Gilbert Brown in the middle. White, Dotson, and Sean Jones just feasting. Yeah, they were killing some offensive lines. Saints lost in round 1 of playoffs in 87, 90, 91, and 92 when they were 12-4 and favored to win it all. Yeah, I remember that there.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up, Eric. And cheers, fellas. Y'all, we go on you too as well, my friend. And cheers, fools. Good night and stay safe, sons. And stay safe, kids, definitely. So if you guys are around, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do some stuff there. Either I'll do it early or I'll do it late. I'm not sure yet because Blake got the Friday night throwdown, so I may pop over there and then maybe do something afterwards. So if I do something, I'll set up an alert so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to probably live stream Saturday and Sunday. And I'm thinking about doing some stuff maybe around like the afternoon because I want to get some of the UK guys on as well. So they're up for that. I know like Craig and all of them and Harry and get those guys on for some stuff. But they're 5 hours ahead of us. So doing it at that time works out for them a lot better. Cutie says, is he threatening me to be safe with violence? Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're
how he rules.
Thinking as a kid is the same thing.
It's the same thing our parents did to us when growing up, you know? Don't do it. Why don't I do it? Because I'll kill you. All right, well, I won't do it then. That's how we were parented back in the day. So.
If you did it anyway, then you got your ass beat.
Go grab a switch.
Mm-hmm. That's not the biggest one. Go get another one.
That's right.
Pick it up.
That was always terrible. Go get your own pain. What? I thought you loved me. Stinky lady. All right, guys, that being said, cheers. Oh, what was I going to do earlier? Was I going to find something? What was I going to?
You were gonna find something, yeah. Oh, the
injury, wasn't it?
no, it wasn't the injury.
No, I don't want to show the injury. I got the injury. I don't want to show the injury.
Oh,
It was,
sixth grade.
no, the bow and Boz commercial.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, but yeah, it was ran him over. That's right.
Let me see.
I thought you said you wasn't going to play the injury, but
the positive note here. Let me see. Bear with me. It's so funny of a commercial too. You guys have ever seen this one before?
I have, no.
All right, give me a second. Get this baby queued up. Make sure there's no ads that play because everything has an ad nowadays.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. All right, here we go. Hold on a second. I got to back it up. This is awesome from the beginning. And then kill that one. And come back over here, share the screen. And this will be our before we head out tonight. All right. So you guys see the Kia?
Yeah.
Let me get the volume down here. Make sure this thing is a buffer.
Ready, down, put.
Thanks for not running me over.
You mean? Just take it to the house.
I've never seen that. That's awesome.
See that one? Yeah, that was
never
awesome.
seen that one. Tecmo Super Bowl. That's a great.
Yeah, that was back then. Yeah, it's hilarious. Oh, with that being said,
good.
guys, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, it's always time. Get your beer on.